All right, welcome everyone to a very, very special episode of the Chameleon Pathos podcast.
Yeah.
For reference, this is being posted way later. So today is New Year's Eve, the lunar New Year's Eve. So it is January 28th. The new year according to the lunar calendar and to the general Chinese population starts tomorrow on the 29th. And then is a festival of sorts for the following 2 weeks. The first 3 days are the most important part, but the following 2 weeks there will be festivities. But our festivity today is that we're so before the New Year begins, the night before New Year's Eve, there is normally, pretty much always, I guess not so much in Shanghai because Shanghai is starting to lose some of the traditions, but generally in China or Chinese culture all around the world, the night before there's a big meal. It is a family reunion.
Yep.
I would think of it almost similar to generally in the quote-unquote West, what a lot of families do on Christmas Eve
Exactly.
is get together and have a meal. 年夜饭, New Year's Eve or New Year's night meal is
Or
the
feast.
translation. Feast. Feast is more appropriate. But since we are putting more of a modern twist on things, we have our coffees ready to go. We're going to get a quick cheers.
Yeah.
We got to add. So there's a phrase in Chinese called 加油, which means add oil, which is used as a term of like add vigor, add energy, like let's go, you got it. And so we make the joke that our oil is caffeine.
Yeah.
So we're adding oil here.
Yeah.
Anyways, can you introduce a little bit about what we're doing today on this very special episode? Also, I guess we're getting now to the point. For those who are our friends who are listening on listening-only platforms where there's no visual/video component, I would encourage you for this episode specifically to tune in on one of the visual platforms. YouTube, Spotify should have it if all goes well, Facebook, etc. Because, you introduce what we're about to do and why the visual component's so important.
Yeah. Just make sure you're. I feel like.
We didn't address this part. And so now that we're bringing attention to the visual arts and we might be bringing in more people who are viewing the visual component of this, can we address my dress right now?
Yeah, actually,
So this, I don't, this, if I wouldn't just have worn this if it wasn't for why I'm wearing it.
I insisted.
You did insist.
Yeah, because I feel like not only we need to like add oil, because we definitely need enough energy for the following process, which is very important for one of the, I would say, the main dishes for our tonight's feast. But also, yeah, you definitely need a lot of energy. That's why I feel like we might get sweaty, especially you. I will need you.
Oh, I might get sweaty. No, I'm wearing this because it makes me look like a Chinese uncle in the kitchen.
But yeah, you also will get sweaty. That's why the uncle will wear this towel too, you know?
Just like this. Ready to go. All right, now that we've addressed that, can you introduce kind of what we are, what at what point in the cooking process are we right now? What are you going to be making me do? You were talking earlier before we press record. You threatened me to say that I better not expletive it up. So
Yeah. That's right now we're actually all the preparation for those chopped ingredients part already are ready.
You were doing a lot of chopping.
Yeah. Also, like my mom helped a lot. So I think for now, like what we need to do is, I think that's the part which normally we'll ask in the family. So normally the parents will do the chopping ingredients and make sure all things fit to recipe. But for this part, I think it's always kids or young people, so strong and pretty energetic young people do this part.
Oh, great!
We require a lot of strength.
Okay.
So right now we need to mix up all the chopped ingredients here. As you can see, we have the chopped ginger.
Okay.
Chopped the green onion.
Okay.
Chopped I think it's bok choy, cabbage.
Great.
So also one option for our today's topping for the dumpling.
Okay.
And also besides all the ingredients, we also need to add the traditional cooking sauce.
Yeah.
Soy sauce. And also the special one, which recommended by my friend. Like, we actually don't use that a lot in Shanghai, but it were more common used in southern area called oyster sauce.
Great.
Yes, it will help to level up the taste. Anyway, we will probably apply.
We certainly want to level up the taste.
Yes, that's why we're applying the things. And also, one thing I want to share with all of us is while I ask for the recipe of a dumpling. You know, like in Shanghai, we don't normally do the homemade dumpling. You probably never seen us do this before.
Yeah. No,
So,
never.
yeah, that's why we don't have actually our recipe.
Well, because you can order dumplings in 10 minutes and for $2 at your doorstep.
Exactly. So while I'm looking for a recipe, what I expected before, like, it should be universal. Like, I mean, it could be any of different.
Right.
It would be like quote unquote thing. So, but later when I asked a lot of my friends, actually, it turns out each family has their own recipe about dumpling. All the servants, all the ingredients.
Oh, I could have guessed that. I don't think, I mean,
It's just like, but before to me, like, I think it should be universal still. Like, you know, that's the things I figured out. Right now we are far one off.
city girl.
Yeah, I guess I am while we're doing this. Okay, so yeah.
Also, on the note of us not being able to order dumplings for $2 and have them come on our doorstep is because we're not in Shanghai. We're still on Bali Island. For those who are not aware, who have not seen other episodes, this right here is a beautiful painting of roughly where we are. We have that view of the volcano too sometimes, and we are kind of these kids playing in the rice fields. But instead of rice fields, we're gonna make dumplings. Let's make dumplings.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's go.
let's go. All right. So what's the first step here? All right, she's pulling up her phone because she doesn't actually know in her data. She is on red note. You are on red note, trying to figure it out.
Recommend by my friend, and so hold on. I guess there are one ingredient stuff I need to figure out.
What's the important stuff you have to figure out?
The meat. So I'm deeper than before. So if you allow it, just
Yeah, I don't know what you're expecting me to do. I might as well say, kind of carry the show on its own right now and talk to the. Okay.
Emergency happened. Sorry.
Well, anyways, yes, I guess I will speak a little bit more about the importance of New Year's generally in China and Chinese culture all around the world. Spring Festival is a term you'll hear because in Chinese it is Chunjie, which I guess each chun is the chun in the word chuntian is means spring, and jie is in the word jie means holiday. So that's where, if you'll hear Spring Festival, that's what it really means. It really is Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, all the same thing, just different names. I guess Lunar New Year is referring to like the start of the new lunar calendar itself, kind of these like the eve to the first day of the year, versus Spring Festival refers to the 2 weeks. Yeah. And so, I think maybe we'll talk about it a little later, but I've been lucky the last few years to be a part of the festivities in different parts of the world, different sects of Chinese culture, if you will. So I've seen different parts of it, and but I'm thrilled to be here on this one with you on Bali Island making dumplings in the villa.
Me too. I mean, it's literally our very first time to actually create this kind of traditional.
You never cook.
We never cook like this way, especially for the dumpling part. We never cook.
Last night when you because you went to the supermarket last night and brought tons of bags because I think you guys were so excited to do it because you rarely do it. When I was going to bed last night, the ginger tea. So you made ginger tea. I thought you just put ginger in hot water. Like that was like a broth of different ingredients. Very intense.
Because you have to check a recipe, and also
I understand that. I'm just saying the level of intensity we have with our food preparation around the New Year time is pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the food, you better respect it.
I respect it, dude. I don't
to
tell me I don't. I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, for us, like when you cook it, even if you are the beginner, I mean, maybe according to our culture, you either not doing it. If you're doing it, you should be all in.
Should we what?
All in.
All in. I'm all in.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you have your.
All right. What does Red Note say? What do we need to do to be all in here?
Okay. So right now, like, could you like pull like all of this into this?
You want me to put these three?
These three
bowls.
Chopped bok choy, ginger, and green onion.
Okay.
No.
Do I need something to clear there? Oh, you can use that.
Yeah. And. Yeah, I'm checking the amount of the salt I'm going to use. I'm not good at remembering the amount.
So I don't know if I would consider this. I don't know if I would consider this being me cooking. I think it's more just for the show effect is why I'm doing this. I didn't really do it. I don't know what's going on. I didn't do any of the preparation. Mm-hmm. And as you might be able to tell by some of just my technique / look of comfort in the kitchen, I have not cooked once in the last 2.5 years that I've been in Asia, just because food is so plentiful and available and affordable. I have not spent any time in the kitchen whatsoever.
And actually, the other reason,
This is the first time.
yeah, please, and also like I wouldn't trust you to do the other process. That's also the same.
You wouldn't. Oh, so this is the simple part. This is the simple part of the.
It's not the super. It's not the process which needs a lot of experience and technique.
All right. Well, what technique do I do need to have here then? Oh, the eggs. You were talking about the eggs.
Yes, before it's very funny. Like when I was thinking of what kind of the things like Max could help me do, because I really hope like we won't screw up our dishes, and that's why about the breaking egg part. Because before like I'm quite
It's been so long since I've done this, since I've broken this egg. Look at that. No shell.
great,
No shell.
perfect. Yeah, I mean your skill of breaking eggs is great.
Well, that was the first one.
You got this.
You
got
can't
this.
necessarily win all of them. Can you report back since we don't have an overhead camera? Can you?
Yeah.
Are there any? Are there any shells in the bowl?
So updates where Max did some friends perfectly, no shells, perfectly down, and didn't leave any waste in shell.
Little
Right.
yolk on the fingers, just wash them off and then dry them off with my handy
Yeah,
towel.
there-
Okay, all right, we have eggs. Now what?
If you just pull the egg in here.
I'm gonna put the eggs in
Yeah.
here. Should I mix this up first?
No,
Okay,
we mix later.
we'll mix later.
Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
so this is all good.
Yeah, all good.
All right, what is next according to the handy red note? I feel like we're giving red note an advertisement, which, given currently what's going on with the tensions, might not be the best thing for our general status on social media. But
Right now,
yeah,
we definitely have all the main ingredients here. Right now, it's the sauce part. So I will ask you, like, I think you're better than me about measuring the amount. So I'm gonna let you do this. Do you notice the bigger spoon over on the plate?
I do notice that.
Yeah, we use the bigger spoon. The smaller one.
Should we talk about the vibes though? Just first, while we have this
Yeah,
plate.
sure.
Okay. So I was like, what is this plate for that we just had some peppers and ginger?
Yeah. So
It kind of seemed like it was in the way of things, but you go, this is for the
This is-
hot pot later.
yeah,
And
hot pot
so
basic.
The,
Yeah.
the base. So
Base.
it's just part of the vibe, right?
Yeah. Actually, you can also see the
Yeah,
other
right here.
spices here. The dry chili
There
powder.
are a lot of spices.
And these, whatever other spices you may call, like, we definitely need a lot for the hot
Right.
sauce. Yeah.
All right. Well, I have the big spoon.
Yeah. Right now, we need to do like this, the 3 spoons of this.
3 spoons of this. What is that? Can you introduce what this is to everyone?
The soy sauce, you can see, yeah. We actually have 2 different kinds of soy sauce. So this one is for flavor. So
3 of these spoons?
Yeah.
Or 3 tablespoons? Or just 3 any spoon? Is this a standard spoon size?
actually, there is one thing I want to share with you and also the everyone is like
Yes.
actually the biggest things like as
I'm gonna start going
Yeah,
while
you
you
can-
explain it because
like the amount of the thing we might use in the kitchen. It's different from the one you guys were mentioning because you were be very like
Size.
specific about the amount and also the size, like a teaspoon or like what.
we're very specific.
Yeah. But here in China, when you're doing things, if you ask your team,
Well, we're
like,
not here in China, but in China, yeah.
in general, if you ask, I remember when I started my first cooking course with my mom, I asked my mom, what kind of spoon should I use? The tiny spoon, the teaspoon? And my mom said, don't be silly. Follow your instinct and
Yes.
watch and learn.
Yes.
And she said, you
Super Chinese, it's-
through like more practice, you were eventually like cultivate this ability according to the older generation. I was like, wow, so everything's like in
Sounds about right. Yes. Oh.
跟着感觉走. I'm like,
Yes.
凭感觉. I was like,
With the feeling, walk forward is the direct translation of what you just said. So Chinese. Okay. All right. Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry to cut you off,
yeah.
but what
Right
is
now, you
next?
still need to like follow your feeling.
Yes.
I'm going.
With my feeling, walk is
Yeah.
actually I like that a lot.
Right now, we need to do.
跟
this.
两嘴走.
Yep.
That's so good. So
It's actually I would say it's a very great status for your mind. Can like just follow your like.
I agree. I totally agree.
Okay, so back to the cooking part. Like we need you this the oyster sauce, which is very commonly used in southern area in China.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're actually made of oyster oil. I know the name, but I never like, doubt what kind of ingredients inside. But anyway, but we do know this kind
Well,
of
the ingredients are in Bahasa, so I don't think today we're gonna learn what the ingredients are. But yes, we do have oyster sauce. It's a very Chinese brand. Yes.
still like 2 spoons and follow your feeling. Let your feeling guide
Well, this
you.
isn't as liquidy.
Yeah. There's some more.
Do I need to shake?
You don't need to shake. Don't do that. Yeah.
I won't do
You
that.
might be scared by the old generation, Do that.
Well, it's not even coming out. So are you sure I'm not? Oh, there you. Ew.
It's something like I would say it's look like.
How is it gonna get off the spoon though? It's gonna like stick to the spoon.
Actually, so this recipe, like are very kind and more
Can
specific.
you hold this?
Yeah, I mean normally like if we ask my mom to do it, she would say, "Don't be safe. We don't use spoon," and she would just
I think that would have been a smarter move.
right now.
Oh,
Yeah, good.
oh. I want to just go with the feeling.
Go with your feeling.
Put that in there.
Okay,
That's the issue. See, it doesn't. Okay, so
you're right. You should go with your feeling. Sorry. Okay.
that feels good.
Yeah,
That feels good.
Yeah, but it's
I understand. It,
Next
we might have a little oystery taste in our dumplings, but it's not the end of the world.
okay. Then just
Yeah, we'd want to probably wipe this off though. Oh, okay.
yeah, you can use those here.
No, it's okay. All good.
Okay, do it later.
So is it now my time to just mix this up or not yet?
Not yet. We have to be we should follow the recipe right now.
I'm so sorry for even suggesting that. Yes. Are we throwing ginger in here? Oh, there's already ginger in there.
Yeah, you see the
Yeah, I did see this.
you, one maybe follow food like it should be like nearly like 1 spoon of the salt, but you try to use the smaller one. Here, the salt. Yeah, you're good.
That?
Yep. Because already
Yeah, look at that form. Look at that shaking it up
wow,
form.
artists.
Yes.
Cool. And yeah, we'll show you that for the black pepper.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's haven't opened that before, so maybe you can help me with this.
I'll help you
Thank
with
you.
this.
Yeah, just trying to make sure we're all good.
What else does Red Note say?
Actually, so these are the part where
Any Americans coming up in your feed disturbing you while you're looking for the ingredients? Again, this is another reference that might be obscure to people. Again, we are filming this about a week after Trump getting into office. So if you remember around that time on the news, and again, I don't know what has happened with TikTok by the time people are watching this, whose hands it is now in. But while that whole fiasco was going on right after, basically got shut down for 12, 14 hours before Trump reversed that, for at least temporarily, all of a huge number of Americans then went onto Red Note, Xiaohongshu, which is like Chinese Instagram. So that's what the joke I was making because there were a few days where if you go on there, it was just all Americans introducing themselves, calling themselves a TikTok refugee. I'm struggling.
follow your feeling.
With my feeling walk.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
I'm good. All right, well, you can continue speaking because I can't really use my mouth to speak. I'm using it to open this up.
To check all ingredients should be, yeah, looks beautiful. And yeah, I was thinking maybe probably just or while you're doing this, I maybe can share some like the tradition which I just
Before you share those traditions, what am I doing now that this is ready?
according to
I'm going with that
recipe,
feeling.
go with your feeling.
Yes.
Add 1 spoon. Remember, but the small spoon. You have this one.
Okay, I
Like
guess
this
I'm not going
black
with my
pepper
feeling.
powder.
I'm not going with my feeling.
No, you're good. Also, you definitely got to tell about the amount control. So you could add a little bit more. Just not even 1 spoon. Okay, go with the feeling. Great. There you go. Okay. Good job. Right now I don't think we need any of the. So according to this recipe, that's what make me confused. I have like 6 different versions of recipe. So some of them say this part we need to add water, some say no. So today we just make it easy. So we
I'll say no water for sure.
no water for sure. Yes, that's why we follow the easiest recipe according to my friend.
So are we good to start mixing?
Yes, but yeah, start the mixing. I think so. Are you prepared for the next process?
I'm mixing it for like 10 minutes, right?
And
Should I use my hands?
No, you can't do that.
What do you mean you can't do that?
No one, even it's for a film. Do you think it's like over 2 minutes? Like, you definitely need to like use spoon.
I have yet to make dumpling stuffing with the aunties in the village. We should put that on the list. So I'm not sure if they use their hands or not. I'm gonna guess they don't though.
Definitely don't. They're very serious about food. I mean, it's like
Okay, so I'm gonna just start mixing this up then.
yeah. And remember,
Yeah.
according to One Direction.
Why? What is that? What is that? Hold on. I was gonna go wipe this off my hand, but what do you mean One Direction? Why does that make any sense? It just needs to be mixed up.
Just clockwise.
Defend yourself. What? Hold on. Why One Direction? Why clockwise?
Actually,
Hold on. Is that
no, it's not. It's not old tradition, but it's like if
superstition?
yeah. No, not superstition. Actually, I googled that to make sure. I know you were say that. So it's that because according to my friend's mom, she said if you do
Oh,
that,
your friend's mom. Okay.
yes.
Yes.
Real life experience. So she said if you do this in like somehow clockwise or the counterclockwise wise, in the end when you taste your dumpling, you will feel like
The ghost will consume you.
no, not ghost. It's the taste bad. So it's just you just ruin their
Yeah, I think that actually makes sense. I think Chinese are more concerned about things tasting bad than the ghosts.
Okay, to decide which way.
Going this way.
So the counter.
Yes.
Sure. Then you just stick to this way.
Okay. It doesn't matter that I chose that way. It just means I have to stick to this way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think now that I'm starting mixing, hopefully we're getting some ASMR sounds of me mixing up all of these ingredients into the mic. Let's enter the next phase of our conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try while they're doing this. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, I will have my eye on you. Make sure you
I know. I can't switch directions.
just make you feel stressed.
Did you set a timer?
Oh yeah, make sure someone. Maybe you can follow your feeling if you were.
I will walk with my feeling. All right. Well, while I'm mixing this up, I think you should speak a little bit more to your experiences with the New Year's and maybe how things have changed over the years. And then if you care to inquire, perhaps I could also share my past experiences celebrating the Chinese New Year.
Yeah, first one to share is it's something like because again, like this the first thing I know is we're not kind of the person who actually, as you say, like as Shanghaiese, like we don't have any real like I was not real, but like I think the Spring Festival for us like we definitely will have traditional food and it's accessible everywhere, like just within a snap, order on your phone, it's right away, to your door. So like somehow like you still like celebrating the festival, but we just all the process have been like simplified, so like you actually don't need to do this kind of stuff.
Right.
All we need to just try to like make your order, make sure what kind of thing you like. That's it. Just order, eat, and just enjoy all the things.
Right.
And you can also just go to restaurants, just order like a big fest, and just like send group notes.
Yes.
To all relatives and say, hey, we're going to have like a nice dinner, and somehow like our family even think like, oh, it's even too like exhausted to have everyone like in the restaurant because you have to sit there all the time and have to like
Well, and then also, even if you do have that dinner host at the restaurant, you're still the host, and so you still have to make sure you're giving everyone the gifts and making sure you're doing all the cheersing correctly and honoring people. So
take care of the old and
Right.
the young. So it's also make you like you still feel tired, even if you don't need to like cook by yourself. So we like make it more simple and more enjoyable. Like we're choose buffet, which is in some kind of nice hotels has some big discount, and they will also like have a lot of Chinese New Year decoration and show some performance like the dragon and lion dance or whatever things. So yeah, it's just enjoy the vibe. You need to worry about any stuff, and everyone just chat, enjoy the
Right.
food. That's it. And
Right.
next day you can just start to like visit your friends.
When you were younger, was there a more like traditional sense of New Year's?
Yes, the definitely is
Like
more
the more
traditional
of
than
the
buffet
family
style.
aspect and the not going to a hotel buffet, a 5-star hotel
Yeah, for
buffet.
sure. So like all I remember I mean they have different family tradition about how to spend your New Year Eve feast. But to our family, and maybe most of the Chinese will do that is you normally were so because my mom generally they will have like a sibling or brothers. So I think we'll take turns. So like for them this year it's hosting your family,
Right.
next year the other ones, and maybe the next year you will just go to your like the even older generation's home. So, but normally we definitely like all people will get together. So the hostings will start like at the New Year Eve's day. So everyone will be like assigned. Remember, assign their own task. Like for my mom and her sisters, their job is to do all the preparation while you're clean your vegetables, chop them, make sure all the ingredients are ready. While me and other my cousins will and nieces will be like to go to and go with our uncles or all our fathers go to the market.
Can I switch arms, but same direction, or does that same arm, same direction?
No, same.
So direction is more important than the arm. Okay, switch arms. Okay.
Yeah, and now we are our task is assigned to go to market and to buy the other thing they might need. So like in that, I think the like so everyone actually never have a break. Maybe for younger like people like us, we might have some break because somehow like when we off our duty, we can just go hang out and just play around with other kids, while the adults will probably just keep doing their stuff. And
They'll
also
probably start boozing at that point too.
boozing. I don't know, but the normally start boozing like when I remember it will be normally start at 6 p.m. or 5 p.m.
Okay.
and you turn on the TV and watch the Screen Festival galas. It's
We're watching that tonight, correct?
yeah, we're watching that. Yeah. That's I would say the routine. It's actually how it works when I was younger.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually it's very busy and also like weird. So that year it's similar like the other New Year's. The other country will probably stayed up late. You need to like wait until the host say, "Oh, like welcome everyone to embrace the next year." So and what we also we also mentioned the zodiac of the year, like the snake year, dragon year. So everyone will go to sleep like after that. And also like there's another important thing to do is before you finish the feast, after you finish the feast and you start to leave, or maybe everyone can stay in one family's home and definitely play the fireworks. But right now there's not allowed anymore in Shanghai. They have strong regulations, so it's actually one of my favorite part. But
Oh, the absolute affinity that Chinese have for fireworks is amazing, and just letting children play with fireworks, like large fireworks, is such a spectacle.
yeah, actually, the way we play fireworks, I would say it's very like gentle.
No,
But
it's real.
compared to my friend in rural area.
Well, what I'm saying is compared to the where I'm from, in the way that they allow children to just play with fireworks is remarkable,
Wild.
and just the from our perspective, lack of precaution about the safety risks, is absolutely wild.
Yeah, there will happen, some accidents sometime. So yeah,
But yeah, you'll hear fireworks everywhere for like those whole 2 weeks.
there's actually a joke, but there's so they say like on the eve of their Chinese New Year's. So like if you take like a red eye flight, some people will get shot. They think like there's some like a guns like shooting because it's like very like
Yeah,
especially across the areas. Everyone's like, what happened down there?
right.
And then if you're a Chinese, people say relax. People like playing fireworks, but it sounds like a gun, like a machine gun.
People are just playing with fireworks. Children are just playing with fireworks.
There is some ridiculous one I saw on TikTok, the domestic version. But the kids because in the rural area they're allowed to play whatever fireworks you want. There's no regulation, so there is kind of like special like firework which allow the kids to carry. I don't think it's actually allowed. It's definitely very dangerous. Don't imitate that. But the kids like actually carry that like I don't know like the rocket or something like, and just watch it just shoot away. I was like, it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Yeah, again, I feel like they're like back to your questions. I feel like definitely the tr- the the tradition or the routine. I would say actually tradition will actually not change, but the routine definitely changed a lot.
Yeah.
I can sense, and also like, but also makes sense because of the lifestyle also changed like a lot. So before like people like actually they're I mean so I've asked my mom and also older generation. Some of them still like stick to the old tradition because they like that. They do have the money to order or to rent other stuff. They just like the vibe. They want to stick to that because feel like it is the most important time during this year, which normally you won't see your kids and you won't see your other relatives around. So like cooking things like what we are doing right now is I always say that the cooking process are even more important than you actually have that.
Yes.
So the way people like cook and help each other is actually a very important way to help people just just bonding with each other.
Well, I'm glad we're having that bonding experience right now.
Yeah, it is very. I would say it is a very important activities for bonding with people, even if they are not your case. It's very important. That's why we really value the cooking process. It's not. Sometimes you feel like it is something like you have to do like for their.
But not too often.
Yeah, but not too often. But I definitely not too often.
You'd rather just go to the 11th floor of the mall and get a nice meal right in front of you.
Yeah, and also or just click on your phone and get your food ready to the door. Yeah. But yes, even that I feel like so for these days, my friends will like she really don't like the tradition because she's like in the even the southern area which they have like a very strong tradition and you mentioned in Malaysia before.
Well, I think yes, so maybe that's a segue into my experiences I've had. Well, I think the reason for that, if I'm not incorrect, correct me / all people watching if you have better knowledge on this than I do. I think it's related to the still mild existence as far as in mainland, but more so actual existence in Taiwan and Malaysia of Taoism, and how Taoism is intertwined with the lunar calendar and the New Year's and the festivities that go on with that. And so that's why I think in the southern region you were talking about, it's a little more intense in the traditional way. Am I going to continue, or are we?
Yeah, I think
I'll continue. I'll continue until I talk about
sure.
what I've done the last couple of years, just to give us some extra little luck, especially when we talk about Taoism. It might give us a little extra good taste here of our dumplings. So the first New Year's I was on the beautiful island of Taiwan, at least for the first week, and so that the feast was invited by some friends to go to the countryside, and we went to one of those a lot of the traditional the restaurants, the round table restaurants will get very good business around that time of year, and so we went to one of those, and it's great. It's an absolute feast. It's always just a feast, and there's always some big boss of the family that is treating everyone to it. You know what I mean? And yeah, again, it's a spectacle, like the size of the fish or any of the creatures that they serve. Sometimes there's more non-edible parts of the creature than there is edible, just for like the
vibe.
Yes, for the vibe.
A good omen.
Yeah, so that was my first feast, was in Taiwan, in the countryside with a family. And then, yeah, that week was just kind of wild. I was living in Tainan, in South Taiwan at the time, and the fireworks situation there is pretty intense, just any time during the year. And so during New Year's, it was particularly a special time. So I was there for the first week, and then the second week of that spring festival, I was in Malaysia. And so wait, hold on. Can we switch people and maybe you give it a little extra stir, or is only one person allowed to do it?
I would say it's actually near perfect. Right now, I'm going to do the quality control.
You go for the quality control.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to grab my coffee as well.
Yeah.
And so
good job.
Was landing on the plane with a friend of mine in Malaysia, in Penang Island, Georgetown. And I was talking to the guy next to me, and he was like, "Man, you're so lucky to be getting here today." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Dude, it's the biggest day of the year." I go, "What do you mean it's the biggest day of the year?" He goes, it's the Jade Emperor's birthday.
Remember that. So
And I go, what do you mean it's the Jade Emperor's birthday? And he goes, dude, it's the biggest Taoist parade, like, in Penang. And so it's celebrated anywhere where there is Taoism, but, like, I for some reason in Penang, in Georgetown, amongst that Taoist community, it's, like, particularly huge. And so he was like, yep, this part of town at this time. And my friend and I we had the worst, like, flight pattern ever, and we were on, like, no sleep for the last 30 hours, and we were just ready to crash. We were like we actually got, like, we can't not go. And so we went and we filmed it. Perhaps I'll link that video in the description, because it was pretty spectacular.
sorry to interrupt. While you were bringing it up, I couldn't get rid of the image of the giant incense and
The giant incense that are in the video. If you watch the video, you'll know what she's talking about the giant incense. So yeah, so I was there for that. And then, again, just hanging around Penang for that second week, was able to see some of the other things going on. And then this past year was in Shanghai. So as you might be able to guess, we put on our nicest pair of sweatpants and went to a hotel, and there was a feast prepared for us, and 3 hours later we were absolutely done, and that was our entire celebration of the Lunar New Year. The whole 2 weeks was right in that 3 hours.
yeah.
And then the rest of those 2 weeks we enjoyed the empty streets of Shanghai, where everything is shut down. No one's there. The Shanghainese
time.
the Shanghainese reclaim their city. For those
Yeah, it's a funny thing, but yeah.
the Shanghainese, those 2 weeks, it's a double-edged sword, because double-edged sword is not the right metaphor. There's pros and cons to it, because you basically lose a lot of the I can order this food and it'll be here in 2 minutes, because essentially all of the workers that make that magic happen,
Those boys are away.
the boys are gone. All the workers that make the logistical magic happen on the manual labor force side of things have gone back to their villages and are enjoying time with their family. So they're all gone. Basically, everyone but the Shanghainese are gone, and the Shanghainese rarely are the ones that do any of those manual labor jobs that make all the magic work. So all the shops are completely closed. You can't order food. You guys were like, make sure you stock up on snacks, because, like, nowhere is open, like, during those 2 weeks. It's dead. It was dead. It's a ghost town.
I mean, there are definitely
It's
some
wild.
like shop open, but you have to wait for like.
No, there's a
bit.
few. There's a
few.
The first 2 or 3 days, nothing's open.
Yeah.
And then they'll slowly start to open. And then I mean, a week or a week and a half after that New Year's night, like, everyone's back.
Right. For most of cities, a lot of shop like probably like the earliest they were open will be on the fifth day of New Year's, because it's also a day when you welcome the god of fortune.
So that's it. Yes. So that's another thing. Is the 2 weeks? I'm not super familiar, but I know the first 3 days are most important.
Yeah.
But even after that, those 2 weeks, it's like each day there's something special about that day. So the 9th day is the Jade Emperor's birthday.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Maybe I can show a bit about the something I knew about each day's tradition.
Sure.
So today's we also it's just a new thing I learned from the red note. I also learned from my friend. She said, because when I asked her about recipe, and she asked, Phoebe, did you wash your hairs and clean yourself up? I was like, can I do this tomorrow? Because I'm a little bit tired. She said, no. You should do all the cleansing and all the buying stuff today. I say, why? Is that something wrong? Like, I think there's still shops open here. I mean, Bali. No.
There's a lot of superstition involved in Chinese culture, especially around the New Year's.
Yeah. So right now, and also, and she said, take a look on right now. You will see that the top 10, like the search words, the hot words, like will be one of them said, oh, the national wash your hair day. Oh, I think what?
National Wash Your Hair Day.
I was like, what? Here's something? There's some like meaning for that. I said, oh, it's because tomorrow is the first day of the new year. So people believe. I always say believe, because it's not something like you can scientifically find something before that. So on the first day of the new year, there are something like definitely can do. The first one is anything about cleaning, because people believe that. So the water brings the fortune. It is correct, but the first day of the new year, you are supposed to rest, because what are the routine you will have for the first day of the new year? will determine what kind of the life you were going to experience in the future for the following next year. So if you clean, and also like, so the first year is also the time you gather up all the lucky with you. So you definitely want them to go away. So if you clean your own things and clean away all the rubbish in your home,
Right.
which means it's not like good omen for you and your family, which means you are trying to spread out your fortune, you're lucky. So that's the things I heard from that, and also search that. I was like, wow. So it's the first day. So that's why the first day people are. So I asked her like, what are things we are supposed to do? We should do. Say, well, relax and try to get more sleep and try to just rest and usually wake up like. That would be great if you wake up a little bit early. But if you can't wake up early, make sure any of your friends and your family don't just force you to wake up and also like just like blame on you. In that case, you will have bad luck. I would say, oh.
We don't want bad luck.
Yeah. And also like it would be great if you and your family, because they were doing is like they were agreed on the time, like normally 5 or 6. Either you go to like for Southern neighbor, it's the time maybe you to just like lit the incense and try to do a ceremony to your ancestor.
Yeah.
Or and after that, and sometimes this things also include climbing the mountain. Because a lot of the ancestor shrine is built.
Oh, we need to climb that. Okay, all right.
But in Shanghai, we don't have it.
There's no mountains.
Yeah, very no mountains, so we don't have that. Yeah. So yeah, it's something they will do. And climb mountain means
Huangshan's your nearest mountain.
Shanghai do have a mountain, but it's just too, the height is not
sufficient.
Yeah.
All right, how is our quality control?
Yeah, I would, according to my friend.
Are you about to taste it?
No, I can't taste it.
I was.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what we meant by quality control.
Yeah, I can't do it for like over 3 seconds. It will bring bad luck. It's something for the dead people if I do that that way. It's just that if our spoon can stand like this,
yes,
it means it's perfect. It's ready to go.
That seems like okay. Yeah.
Thank you for your help. Can you also put away this spoon?
I will. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. To put it in the sink.
I will. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, and also like just back to traditions. That's the first day we're going to do. Just no shopping, no any cleaning, or dumping any of the rubbish. Rest, relax. Ideally.
So we need to do all that tonight, and we're doing nothing tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, and no cooking tomorrow.
No podcast tomorrow either.
You can do it if we do that. That means like for a year, like it's something like we are start our work on first day, which is great. But yeah, normally you are not suggested to do any of the kind of work, which were means like.
Well, if we were to just record it, but not do any of the behind the scenes things that are more considered work, if it was more just a conversation, but there happened to be the camera filming and the microphones capturing our audio, that would be okay.
Yes.
So that would be permitted.
Yeah, the thing is, if you're doing any form of the work, the labor stuff, which means you have to.
Does this feel like work to you? Huh? Does this feel like labor to you?
I don't know.
What are you trying to say?
I don't think it's like labor.
We're just hanging out.
Yeah, hanging out.
All right,
yeah.
so I think that means we could do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe we could talk about starting fresh, starting anew.
Yeah.
That would be on topic.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else you had planned for this episode as far as the cooking or needing to do anything?
I guess for now, like we also like we are about to. I think it's time about to wrap it up, and also like because it's also like for the food, we shouldn't mess up with the thing. You just with your great effort doing this.
Yeah.
We're about to start to make the dumplings, and we're about to cook all the things for the hot pot basic, which is very important.
The hot pot base, yes,
Yeah,
that'll be great. Okay, should we start to wrap it up then?
Yeah, but those food can wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess now is the time. I really want to stay with everyone longer, but yeah, it can't wait. They are the fresh made. So we definitely need to do the dumpling.
It is freshly made.
Yeah.
We're not making the dumplings on camera. We might need some help with.
Yeah. I mean, both of us we're not capable.
Yeah, I don't think.
That's why we're also.
We have to hand over the kitchen to someone else.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, we will say goodbye. But before we say goodbye, because the new year, well, by the time you're watching this, and by the time this is published, is not the new year whatsoever. But symbolically,
Yeah.
if because it is the new year and we will be starting afresh, and you have some possibly new plans about your life, and you might be starting to live abroad or in a different culture or in a different place, or you're already doing so and you want to feel more confident in that move you're going to make or in that life that you are already living, and want to understand how to integrate with the culture and the society and the people that you are living within as an outsider, as a foreigner, then you can join the Chameleon Club. It is a free community on school.com. You will find the link, and I'm going to do this so I don't have to keep standing down like that. So I can stand straight up as I tell you that you should join the Chameleon Club because it is free and we are in there awaiting you. We want to help you through any of the struggles, the difficulties that you might be having while living abroad, while living in a new culture, society, community, because I have been doing that for the last 7 years, and I have worked my way through most of the headaches and the troubles that come with doing that. So if you want to get a shortcut of a sort provided by yours truly, then that link will be in the description, and you can sign up and just pop your name in. Or if you're already on school, even better, just press the join now button, and I will accept you, and you will be inside, and we can talk about your new life abroad.
We'll welcome everyone in there.
Yeah, not everyone.
Oh, okay.
Most people.
Most people. And those people who wish to be.
I'm trying to think who we wouldn't welcome. I don't know. I don't know if we should just be.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, any people who really wish to.
You're probably going to be welcome.
Okay.
So we'll see you inside. Yeah. And we're going to get the feast ready.
Yeah. Let's get our hands dirty and.
I have to get am I going to get my hands dirty?
Come on, you already have this changed to this like.
I do have the uncle outfit on right now. Okay. All right. Well, we can let them go. We can decide amongst ourselves. Okay. All right. 新年快乐. 恭喜发财.
It's not yet, not yet.
Oh, I can't. Can I not say it? Can I not say it yet?
It's not 新年.
万事如意，恭喜发财，恭喜发财.
We can save it until tomorrow.
All right, we'll do it tomorrow. Okay. All right. Goodbye.
Bye bye.